pages, what content they read, what do they stop on, how do they interact with it. All of this is recorded. كل حاجة. So we're talking about like a massive or enormous amount of data that the social media companies, they use, analyze every day about us. And this is the product. This is how they know us better than ourselves. This is how they know your children better than you. Shocking, huh? They know your children better than you. Sorry. Please, if you have any questions. So again, they know your children better than you do. هم عارفين كل حاجة. They spend what time, and they know about ourselves برضه يعني. How long you spend on the social media, what do you do on the social media, any platform, all of this is recorded. And this data, what they do is, and this is what Sherry mentioned, the algorithms, يعني algorithms. حد هنا في data science؟ أنا مش في data science ومش فاهم, like I don't understand what algorithm is, but I can explain what it does يعني. Algorithm is a code that basically gets a silo amount of data. You shoot it in this code or this processing machine, and it analyzes for you anything out of this data. So data مثلا زي scrolls, clicks, likes, share, comment. The algorithm analyzes for you that Mark likes red color, likes to spend likes summer more than winter, likes لبس شكله عامل ازاي, because they see the pictures that I look at, my visits to the clothing websites, food, كل حاجة. Okay? So the algorithms analyze and then they use the data. How do they use it? They sell it. And they sell it in بطريقة يعني, I would describe it يعني I think it's not ethical, that's my opinion يعني, but they sell it through an auction. يعني ايه auction؟ بمعنى on Google for example, and that was big part of my job. And let's say I have a company, I have a brand that I want to advertise to a wider audience, and then I pay money per visit or per view or per click on my ad. And the reason why you get the ad and you do not is because you're two different people. The algorithm, based on the analyzing your data, understand that your preferences are different. You like to wear black, you like to wear gray. So my ad, if it's related to you, it will be served to you. You're not going to get my ad. And then they offer your data, your persona to me and X and Y and Z, like other bidders. And the highest we pay on our ad, the ones that wins more views and get served to the customer. Okay? So do we all now understand how social media works? Okay. iPad قفل, sorry. حلو قوي. So again, we explained Gina الحقيني. So we explained how the data is collected and how it's used and how it's sold. صح كده؟ طيب. What powers, again back to the question, what powers the social media companies? What makes them powerful? The number of users, definitely. And not just the number of users. You know, for any business or for any industry, بيقولوا دايما في limited resources. يعني money can be a limited resource, for example. يعني factors that can make your business not grow enough. أو يعني can be money, can be human factor, things like that. In this industry, do you know what the limiting factor is? is your time, your children's time. This is the only limiting factor they have. All the social media companies, they compete on our time. They compete on how long they could keep us in front of the screen. That's their competition, by the way. يعني, I'll give another example. One of the KPIs of these companies could be مش مثلا how sales that they generate or how profitable they are. It could be how long do my customers spend on my platform more than my competitor's platform. How long do they spend on Facebook versus Instagram? It's the same company. So Facebook versus X, for example. You get my point? Actually, our time is their resource. And that's how they grow. And that's how they get powerful. طيب. Three main goals for social media companies. أول حاجة, engagement. How do they drive up the usage to keep the user scrolling? How do they manipulate your psychology? How do they manipulate you to keep scrolling on the screen for 10 minutes and for what you might think as 30 minutes, but then you find yourself lost about an hour scrolling, just moving your thumb up and down. Engagement, our goal. Tiny goal, growth. They want to grow, and that is through making the user invite friends for growth of the company. يعني, if you invite your friends, and not just like send them an invitation, but if you post something very interesting about your life, a trip, انت رحت سافرت فين, تفسح فين, بتاكل ايه, بتشرب ايه, you're generating a very attractive content that makes your friend, oh, I want to follow you. All the social media influencers that we see nowadays, again, I'm not against social media influencers. I don't agree يعني, about the model that we see now. It's not regulated, might not be ethical, but this is what they do. They post interesting things to keep our kids following them, liking their posts. أول ما ينزل ستوري جديدة ويجي له notification على الموبايل مش عارف مين posted ايه, they have to watch it على طول. And the last goal is to make the revenue for the company. As any business to grow, they need to generate revenue. And this again through selling our data to the highest bidder. Time. How do they keep us engaged on social media platforms? Hello? Hello? Please, يعني I would like to think إن أنا مش ممل قوي كده. بالضبط. Your interests. Okay. So you always get served what you're interested in. You don't get served anything else out there. You get served your interests. What else? What else can keep you engaged? Offers. Products, say sale, Black Friday was yesterday, yesterday, and Christmas بقى جاي والبنك accounts هتصوت. ايه تاني؟ Sorry, مش سامع. Updating social media على طول with my life events. Yeah. So they keep us engaged. I recall, was it حد في جوجل, Tristan, مش عارف انت last name بتاعه. He was the chief, I think it was the chief data monetization, something like this. It's in the documentary, and sorry that I don't recall the name كله. بس هو قال حاجة كده عجبتني. بيقول لك if you are not paying for the product, you are the product. Always know this. If you download an app على الموبايل because you find it helpful, هتعمل لك service, actually you are the product. مش الاب. لو انت فاكر ان انت بتنزل app for free من غير ما sign up to create without creating an account and pay the fees for it, you are the product. When you scroll and accept all and وتعمل consent على طول without reading the terms and conditions, you know that your data is used, your data is monetized, you're creating money for someone else. So we are the product. Okay? طيب. So social media, to keep us, the platforms, to keep us engaged, they want us to constantly keep looking and checking our accounts, inviting our friends, post content about our life. It's designed to hack our psychology because they serve us what's interesting to us and what's not they serve you what you want to see, but not necessarily what's beneficial for you. عارفين what's the biggest invention that happened in the social media that changed two things actually within the last 20 years, changed the social media so much. I think it was about 2008 that they invented the emojis. That was the biggest invention عملته السوشيال media. They invented a universal language. When you send a smiley to someone in Russia, America, South Africa, Egypt, anywhere, they all perceive it the same. That was the biggest invention. And the second was using the artificial intelligence. And that started about 2013 when they started creating these algorithms that helped analyzing that enormous amount of data and keep serving you what's interesting to you and what keeps you more engaged. If we think, كم واحد كان عنده فيسبوك من قبل 2013؟ ايه ده ازاي؟ ايه ده؟ قبل 2013 I had Facebook since 2009. It was so different. If you remember, back in the day, ما كانش في حاجة اسمها, there was nothing called news feed on the top of it. It was just home page. And the home page, يعني ما كانش في news feed because news, the way we read the word news, is not necessarily related to you and the friends you follow. It's news. That's why you keep getting things that are not related to you. And feed is someone feeding this to you. It's not that you chose to see it يعني. لو فاكرين زمان, you used to see your friends' posts, and if some of your friends post something, it automatically appears on your homepage, and that's it. There was no videos, there was no ads, there was no interesting content that what we see now. So everything changed by introducing the AI to the social media in about 2013. We explained. Do you know how much time? 5 minutes. Okay. لا يعني I will finish quickly. طيب. طيب. So social media, what are we to those social media companies? We are the product, as we said. We just what they called it on the documentary, we lab rats. يعني هو طبعا it's not the best way to say it, but it's actually true. Our kids, when they spend long time on these platforms, they know them better, they understand their preferences, they keep trying and testing new content to those children to make them as engaged as possible. Okay, so for them, they're just running tests on them. What makes them more engaged, and they keep testing and serving them the successful tests. Okay, quick facts about the social media and about what the social media caused. Sure. Yeah.
Would you prefer that?
Yeah.
Rather than rushing?
Yeah, sure. Fine. الحته اللي متبقيه ممكن نعملها متاخر شويه عشان I'm conscious ان مونيكا is in another حد في امريكا, ف I will have to cut. Okay, no worries. لا في الاخر we'll come back to this and explain بقى the effect of social media on our psychology and the kids طبعا psychology, and numbers and facts showing how this impacted the fabrics of our society, the fabrics of our kids' psychology, for you to understand how dangerous this is. And then we'll move to solution. What should we do? Okay, thank you.
Thank you, that's beautiful, thank you. Okay, I hope we started to appreciate the seriousness of the issue. I remember reading a book a while back. I think the book itself was published a while back. Is a Professor James Dobson, his name is. I think he's a professor في psychology في أمريكا. And as Mark was saying, I mean, things were very primitive back then. بس برضو بيقول إن أنت لما تخلي ابنك يبقى معاه موبايل وتطلعه أوضة كده بتاعته وتقعدوا على الموبايل بتاعك، خليك فاكر what you are doing. إن أنت بالظبط كده. It's a bad analogy معلش، هو بس هو اللي قال كده في الكتاب. قال كأنك بتجيب واحد بيخبط على الباب، لقيت واحد سكران وبيدوفايل، يعني بيحب العيال سيكشولي جنسيا. رحت انت قلت له تعالى، انت ما صدقت ان انت جيت، ده الواد بيمدهقني جوه، تعالى اطلع مع ابني فوق الاوضه واقفل على نفسك وانتوا بقى مع نفسك. انت اللي بتعمل كده مع ابنك لما انت تدي الثقه الغريبه دي ان واحد يبقى عنده اكسس لكل حاجه على الموبايل في الدنيا. ان احنا نفتكر ان اولادنا مش هي اكسس. انا متهيألي لو اولادنا they don't access bad sites they're abnormal. I think they're severely depressed or there's something wrong with them. يعني it's really getting increasingly serious. يعني الناس اللي انا مش مارك لسه متجوز اصله فمش عايز ابوينت فينجرز، بس في ناس يانج كابلز اللي هم فاهمين الحاجات دي يقولوا انا ما اعرفش ازاي هخلف عيال ان ذيس وورلد. انا مش عايز اقولها تبقى very dark كده، بس I'm sorry it's ما هو ده اللي المفروض ده اللي المفروض هنتكلم عليه، باولا هيكلمنا عليه. بس في حاجات منها مش ادكوت، عشان كمان في حاجات تعمل مونيتورنج يبقى انت عارف ان بيحصل كده. معلش سامحوني، يعني انا واحد يعني ما اظنش حد هنا يعرفه يعني، بس قصه مره قوي. يعني بيقول لي لقيت على ابني ما اعرفش، لقيت ببص كده لقيت ابني عمال يلبس لبس غريب ويلبس لبس بنات وبيتصور وما اعرفش بيعمل ايه وبيبعت الصور دي لحد يعني عايز اقول في حاجات صعبه قوي لو احنا مش واخدين بالنا، والحاجات دي بنعرفها بقى في المتاخر. يعني دي المشكله الثانيه، ان احنا بنبقى عشان اتس فيري بينفول ان احنا نعرف، فبنحاول ان احنا نبريتند ان احنا مش عارفين او ندونايت يعني. فهوبفلي لا الاولاد زي الفل، لا الا اولادي، كل واحد فينا حاسس الاحساس ده. مونيكا بدات ولا ايه؟ Any other points while we're waiting this 2 minutes؟ قولي ماريا، اتفضلي. اسألي اتفضلي. نعم سوري منى، 1 minute اتفضلي. معك حق. Oh, it's a sign of maturity. يعني أنا if I allow my wife to know where I am, it's a safety thing. It's a kind of maturity. It's something that to be admired. بس I totally take the point. ما بيحبوش طبعا. فهمت. معك حق. That's I think that's the biggest obstacle. ده مهم وكلنا بنعمل كده at some degree. Actually, I had a very admirable young man يعني I know. When he did something bad, he will text me and say, I've done this, just to expose himself. And even more impressive, he had another friend from the church having another app. So when he accessed inappropriate sites, this will show in the other friends' application. Are you following؟ يعني هو لما يشوف على حاجة وحشة على الموبايل بتاعه حاطط اب لواحد صاحبه بيثق فيه في الكنيسة، عشان خاطر يتفضح، يعني عشان يفضح نفسه. لما ده يحصل هو كمان التاني يعرفه فيقول له لا ما تعملش كده، تعالى نخرج مع بعض ولا تعالى نعمل حاجه كده. بس I totally agree. مارك عايز تقول حاجه؟ Thank you Monica. معلش we were rushing you.
Monica, you're on the screen now, so you can, yeah.
Oh, really? Is it showing the screen?
We can see you and we can hear you, Monica.
Hi, is it showing your screen?
يعني. مم. مارك اتفضل.
I wanted to answer this question. The children, they lose. You're saying they lose trust in us. They are more attracted to their phone than they do to us now, and this is actually true because mobile and this amount of data that we were talking about, all the clicks, all the views, everything that they analyze about the children, makes them understand and the children more than we do and serve them what's interesting to them. Uncle mentioned the apps that blocks the apps that block these websites. Paulo is going to mention bardo stuff like how to control your network and have this like kind of like firewalls on your network to protect it from these websites. But I just want to say that this is an accumulation of very long time. فالمشكلة إن كparent أول ما يجي يتكلم مع الولد and the ولد pushes back, الparent يتصدم يقول لك they don't want to listen to me. ما هو the kid was served, you know, like they've been going through this dopamine cycle. We'll explain it later after this call for a very long time. فطبيعي as a parent when you talk to them for the first time, I don't want you to lose hope يعني, but just for the first time لازم هيبقى فيه resistance, and that doesn't mean that you're doing something wrong, but it just it as all this time and accumulation that has been happening for years, you need to give it more time and you need to address it in the right way to help you get closer to your child, and then you win them on your side, and then you get them out of this rat race. So I don't want you to be disappointed if one of your children is addicted to social media and you talk to them once, twice, 100 times and they don't listen. Don't lose hope and don't think it's bad. That's not necessarily bad, but this has been happening, accumulation in their mind for years. You need to give it time عشان تعدل الموضوع ده تاني. So it's not an easy solution, but there is definitely a solution. Yeah. Yeah. Agree. Yeah, we'll talk about this after.
How to get the screen. خلاص هي جايه.
Yeah, I can you guys can you guys can see? Yeah. Okay, great. Okay, great. Okay, you guys ready to start? Okay, great. Okay. All right. So we're going to be talking about specifically pornography and the dangers of sexual content which are on the internet. This is why we're going to fight the new drug, because pornography is the new addiction. So I don't know if you're going to be able to respond, but what percentage of kids in church do you think are watching pornography? Yes. Yeah, of course.
هنتكلم النهارده عن البورنوجرافي، الافلام الاباحيه وقصه يعني ايه دراج، عشان البورنوجرافي الافلام الاباحيه دي يعني بيت في دماغ يعني percentage wise
يعني كم في المية تقريبا احنا فاكرين ان ولادنا بيتفرجوا على الحاجات دي؟ 80%. We've got 80%.
just in general, like Sunday school kids.
Sunday school
Or,
kids.
you know,
70.
80%.
We are advanced in Manchester.
Okay. And I guess, يعني, more specifically, ساعات الناس بيفتكروا okay, maybe like a lot of kids they watch pornography, but يعني, do you believe your kid specifically is watching pornography? Is the question. So so we have some statistics. So the average age in people first watch pornography is 11 years old. Yeah, and this is the average. So في ناس تلاقيهم أصغر من كده وفي ناس maybe a little bit أكبر من كده, but the average is 11. Two-thirds maybe of those people, they might find it accidentally, maybe from مثلا adverts or anything that website and like by accident, but obviously some of it is intentional as well. And at least these statistics obviously they're not like being honest about their answers when they answer these statistics, but at least 90% of boys have watched pornography by the time they turn 18, and 60% of girls. And even though some people they have a bias, they think that it's just something a problem with boys. 1/3 of people that use pornography are also women, so it's something that affects both men and women. ومن دول طبعا احنا قلنا نفس الحكايه دي, بس like 75% من parents like they don't believe in their children specifically يستخدموا pornography. يمكن يفتكروا حد تاني يمكن is affected by this, but not my child. So actually we did a survey with the kids of Manchester, like, you know, these statistics should be accurate, and we know that it's a problem inside the church.
And it's, yeah, مش الكنيسة بس في مانشستر, يعني الكنائس كلها. بس يعني احنا عملنا يعني السيرفي ده, عملنا سيرفي عن الكنيسة بتاعت شيكاغو وشير معاكم الأرقام اللي حواليها.
طبعا يعني طبعا most people will be honest, but some people they might not be honest with the corruption, so just keep that in mind. So have I ever watched inappropriate or explicit videos before? And around 65% of people said, these children said yes, these were sent to Sunday school children in Manchester. Next question was, did I watch these videos in the last week? And 25% of them said yes. Next question. I feel as though I'm unable to stop consuming inappropriate content. So, meaning they feel that they're addicted. And 1/3 of the people said yes, they feel like I can't stop watching these videos. Yes. You can't,